When we talk about speed in general aviation, not many planes come to mind. The Evolution, or the Lancair Evolution, is one of a kind. It delivers great qualities and features with a difference, uniqueness, and excellence. It started life under Lancair International before the owner sold everything to focus on building the Evolution turbine and piston. The Evolution is one of a kind, not like any other experimental airplane out there. This plane is designed to meet the same FAR Part 23 aircraft certification standards that type-certified aircraft comply with. The company designed a predictable airplane with the superb performance numbers that Lancair customers have become accustomed to. From the outside, this plane looks very beautiful and elegant. There are people who don't agree with the aesthetics of this plane, but I think it's because the Evolution is not trying to look like anything else we're used to seeing. Previous Lancairs were metal airplanes, but Neubauer Lance wanted to do something different, most probably because composites enabled more streamlined, eye-catching shapes. The aircraft is impressive for the extraordinary quality of its fit and finish, with smooth, complex curves and rounded windows. The elliptical wing is smooth with no rivets or screws. The Evolution's long, high aspect ratio wings have quite the area that allows it to carry more fuel and lower the stall speed to the Part 23 requirement of 61 knots maximum in the landing configuration. A step allows access to the top left wing, and cabin entry is through a single top hinge door on the left side. Closing the door is a matter of pulling it down and pushing a single lever that locks the frame in place. While the Evolution benefits from the long history of Lancair, several things differentiate the airplane from its predecessors. Being the first Lancair to be completely designed using computer-aided design software, it greatly benefited from the consistency that this method offered in the design phase. Moving to its dimensions, its length is 30 feet with a height of 10 feet and a wingspan of 37 feet. It has a baggage capacity of 225 pounds and a maximum takeoff weight of 4,550 pounds. The interior of the Evolution is as modern as it gets. There are no yokes blocking you from seeing the flight displays. Side sticks on each side of the cockpit control the Evolution and provide effortless hand flying. This setup is optimal because it's comfortable and it makes room for an electronic flight bag, kneeboard, or whatever else that's necessary to take along on your lap as you cruise along. The turbine model is equipped with the Garmin G900X suite, which includes the renowned GFC-7X autopilot. This is essentially the G1000 system without the certifications required for use in Part 23 certified aircraft, and the Evolution is the only experimental airplane granted use of the GFC-700 autopilot. The piston-powered Evolution comes with the G3X touch system, which is designed exclusively for the experimental market. For those who wouldn't settle for the G3X touch, the G900X with GFC 700 is optional on the piston. These panels provide everything you need for full IFR flight, traffic and terrain avoidance, communications, engine monitoring, aircraft pressurization, and environmental needs. They're provided pre-wired and plug-and-play to mate with the provided airframe wiring harness. The seats are very adjustable. You can move forward and aft to place the pilot in the optimal position to reach everything easily. Short-legged people need not worry about reaching the rudder pedals because they also adjust. Right overhead is the lever for the parachute safety system. Should there be a do-or-die problem, just pull that to safety. The Evolution's cabin is the same width as the Cessna Corvallis, but is 13 inches longer. The cabin is roomy, with plenty of leg and shoulder space for the front and rear occupants. Seats are high-G certified safety seats, and the rear seats have quick-release knobs that allow removal of one or both of the seats should the owner want to carry cargo instead of passengers. But with a volume of 39 cubic feet and a weight limit of 225 pounds, the luggage compartment is likely sufficient in most cases. Despite the wide beam between the large windshield and the side windows, the visibility is very good all around from the front seat, as the windows provide unmatched visibility for an airplane in this class. However, rear passengers need to lean slightly forward to see through the side window. Pressurization is automatic, providing gentle climbs and descents of the cabin altitude with no discernible change. Heat and air conditioning are automatic as well, responding to the temperature set on the touchscreen controller by the occupants. The Evolution can be fitted with the Lycoming IE2 or 3 fantastic different variants of the amazing Pratt Whitney PT6 turboprop power plant, depending on the mission and budget of the customer. With 350 horsepower from the piston version, 550 shaft horsepower, 750 shaft horsepower, and 867 shaft horsepower respectively from the turboprop models, the choice is not between fast and slow, but between fast and near jet speeds. The 550 shaft horsepower model burns 28 gallons per hour at 265 knots. At an economy cruise of 225 knots, fuel burn is 24 gallons per hour. Moving on to the 750 shaft horsepower version, the fuel burn at maximum cruise of 300 knots is 37 gallons per hour. At an economy cruise of 275 knots, fuel burn is 28 gallons per hour. Now for the 867 shaft horsepower model, the maximum cruise is 330 knots, and you're going to burn 45 gallons per hour to fly that fast. But if you throttle back to an economy cruise of 225 knots, your fuel burn is 25 gallons per hour. All the turboprop models can fly as high as 28,000 feet with a climb rate of 4,000 feet per minute. You can get there in 11 minutes, and the maximum range is 1,350 nautical miles. For those who want a lot more range, the Lycoming IE2 equipped model is the best choice. Capable of carrying 4 adults in pressurized comfort for over 1,600 nautical miles, this is only the beginning of the features offered by this wonderful aircraft. Imagine no more cannulas in your nose just to get over the weather or fussing with the kids in O2 masks while you try to climb over the turbulence. The piston-powered Evolution is the same kit as the proven turbine version, so you can be assured that the airframe can handle anything you might encounter. Powered by the 350 horsepower Lycoming IE2 engine, the maximum cruising speed is 230 knots on a fuel burn of 23 gallons per hour of avgas. But at an economy cruise speed of 215 knots at 24,000 feet, the fuel flow is 18 gallons per hour. The range is 1,667 nautical miles, and the service ceiling is 25,000 feet. While it flies much further than the turbine models, it climbs much slower at 1,500 feet per minute. The IE2 engine is the latest state-of-the-art in aircraft piston engines. It brings the traditional aircraft piston engine into the 21st century with computer-controlled electronic fuel injection, electronic ignition, and electronic engine self-protection. Power management is simple with one lever controlling the percentage of power desired, prop pitch, and fuel flow. The engine will always determine the most efficient combination of fuel mixture, ignition timing, turbo boost, and propeller RPM for the flight condition you request. It will do that while determining optimum settings without hazardous fuel mixtures or ignition timing, and will avoid overheating or detonation without pilot intervention or the need to monitor the factors that cause these conditions. The Evolution brings a sleek carbon fiber airframe, benign stall characteristics, advanced systems, and a powerful Pratt Whitney engine to provide reliability and performance. It not only provides great speed, as fast as 300 knots, but it also has a wide flight envelope with a 61 knot stall speed, which is the FAA mandated number for certificated single-engine airplanes. A major contributor to the Evolution's performance qualities is its advanced wing design. The design was optimized using X-foil analysis software and validated through wind tunnel testing. The wing is tapered and uses 4 different airfoils, resulting in a balance of desirable flight characteristics tailored specifically for cruise performance, in-flight maneuvers, efficient climb, and docile low-speed handling and stall behavior. There is no adverse yaw in 45-degree turns, and the airplane conveys a feeling of both obedience and stability. However, when heading downhill, the ailerons become noticeably heavier as airspeed increases beyond 200 knots. There are no speed brakes, and there is no need for them as the 4-blade Hartzell prop flattens out and slows the airplane like an anchor. The Evolution's rapid descent profile is impressive. With gear down and full flaps, a 4,500 FPM descent at 130 knots is achievable with the aircraft trimmed out and hands-off. Moreover, its slow flight characteristics are incredibly stable, and the stall is just a slight, straight buffet. It has the ability to safely penetrate unforeseen turbulence or maneuver if necessary. Being in the amateur-built category enables Lancair to provide all the amazing features at a previously unattainable price point, putting the airplane in its own niche. The catch is, the buyer gets to build the airplane themselves. At $545,000, the kit itself includes every part required to build the Evolution apart from the engine, and depending on whether you go for the piston or the turboprop engine, the total build cost will run anything between $800,000 and $1.2 million. For some people, the biggest challenge to getting an Evolution is the building process. The Lancair kit includes a highly organized, 2-week supervised build program at its factory where the carbon fiber fuselage is finished and sits on the main gear. However, it might sound as if the airplane is almost ready to go, but there is still much work to be done, and it can take up to 8 months to fully complete the aircraft. Moreover, despite the advanced wing design, one fairly common complaint is that the Evolution's roll control is heavy. The pressure required to control the airplane is not balanced. The pitch control is nice, but when you need to roll the airplane, particularly at high speed, the amount of force required is excessive. Evolution owners love the freedom and uniqueness that their aircraft provides them as per their requirements and missions. Whether it's fun in the sun or a weekend in the snow, the aircraft is ready to accommodate every trip in the best way possible with maximum comfort and an amazing experience. The ability to fully customize the airplane is another benefit that doesn't exist in the certified world. It's safe to say that this remarkable Evolution keeps evolving. This high-flying, 300-knot carbon fiber Greyhound is seeking to completely redefine the top end of the experimental marketplace. For the pilot who is looking for exceptional performance and an airplane that he or she will know inside and out, building, owning, and flying an Evolution would be just the right fit. If you like our videos, please smash the like and subscribe button. You can also join us by clicking on the link next to the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.